welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be an in-depth how to contour and bronze up the face. Contouring could be really intimidating to people just starting out with makeup, because I remember when I was first started getting into makeup and I would like, oh, I want to contour and I want to bronze up my face, but I'm so scared because I remember seeing so many girls have like just this line, and it would be like too low, it wouldn't be in the right place, and that would scare me because I was so scared I was gonna like not know how to contour properly. I was very hesitant to learn how to contour, but when I did, it's really easy. You shouldn't be intimidated at all about it. It's a breeze. You can see that I'm in a new location. We moved into our apartment. It was rough. I've been going through it. My face has been going through it. It took me 30 minutes to do my eyebrows today. Like, moving into this apartment was so stressful, but I'm so glad that we have everything here, and we're just slowly unpacking. Pretty much everything's unpacked, but we have a few more things to put away. Please give this video a thumbs up, you know the deal, and subscribe down below. I don't have any bronzer or contour on right now, so let's hurry up and jump into the video so I don't look crazy anymore. I'm just gonna, oh, reminds me of elementary school. Today I'll be using the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contouring Palette in Dulce De Leche. I finally got my hands on it. I used to have one and I remember looking all over the place for it and I couldn't find it. So I finally went to the store and got it in this little paper thing. I can't get it. Oh. This little duo is really good to start off with. It's very affordable. Like, it's really pigmented for one. Like, can you see that? Holy crap. Dustin, shut up! And not just the bronzer shade is really good, the highlighting shade. I mean, it's not highlight like the cheekbone highlights, but like highlight for under your eyes. In your T-zone area. This is a really good, very inexpensive palette, so I'll be using this today. A lot of people ask the question if everyone contours in the same spots, and like if you can't really find your cheekbones, like how do you find them? And honestly, nobody contours in the same spot, nobody bronzes in the same spot. Everybody is different. Makeup has no rules. You can do whatever you want. You really just contour and bronze to really define the things you want to define and make your face look slimmer and pretty much give yourself the face shape that you wish you had. I hate having a round face. I don't like having quadruple chins, but that's what makeup's for, to make you feel better about yourself. You can use honestly any brush to bronze up your face. Bronzing and contouring are different things. Bronzing is like when you pretty much just give more color to your face, rather than contouring is really sculpting out the face. So you can use the same powders to bronze and contour. You don't really need a specific color. It really just depends on your skin tone, but I find that this duo is really good for all skin tones. I mean, if you are a little bit darker than me, this might be too light, and they have another shade that's darker than this that I also really like, but I don't have that one because it is a little too dark for me. The Kat Von D Shade and Light contour palette is amazing. Like, if you would want to just bite the bullet and go and buy, I'm sorry, it's dirty. What's not? This is a great palette to start off with. I love using this palette. If I'm not using, well, I just bought this, but when I ran out of this one, this is all I used. And the Hoola bronzer is a great, I need a new one. got a light pan on this one too. This is also a very great bronzer. It's not too cool tone and it's not too red based, so I really think it's a perfect bronzer to start with. And I think this one, I'm just gonna list the prices down below. So normally I bronze first and then I really sculpt out everything. I'm going to take this brush. It's by Lexes. It's the 522 brush. It says tapered highlighter, but I use this for bronzer because I can really get in those cheekbones right there and just really buff it out. So for people that really can't find their cheekbones and they really aren't that noticeable, like, I mean, my cheekbones aren't that noticeable, one thing you can do is just feel around your face, like, these are my cheekbones, and then just go down. See, I'm pressing right here, and when my fingers start rolling, that's where your cheekbones are. I mean, obviously you can feel them, but another way to find them is the top of your ear right here. You see, right here. Start right there and go to the corner of your eye. If you bring it down, like if you would start right here, it would do the opposite of what you want to do. It wouldn't really define your cheekbones. It'll make your face look wider and more round in my case, or wherever face shape you have. So you want to start right up here at the corner of the ear, and you don't want to go down like too far because the same thing, it would do the complete opposite of what you want. So just kind of follow a little angle like you're going towards the corner of your mouth, but you want to stop right here, because if you bring it, I mean, you can bring it this far, but once you bring it this far, it'll start to look very unnatural. So I'm just going to take this brush and I'm going to go in with the bronze shade. I'm just going to start bronzing up the face. See, like, I went from my ear, and you always want to go up. You don't want to like buff down because then it'll start getting really messy, but I'll show you how to clean up your bronzer and contour if you've gotten a little messy, because I mean, sometimes we're in a rush and we can't be perfect. So you just kind of go back into that hairline, and with bronzer you could go farther than the corner of your eye, not too far because that's where your blush is going to be, but you're really just bronzing up the face and just kind of work that in. And with bronzer, if you'd like, you'd want to put some right here, just a little bit, not too much, on my forehead right here around the hairline, and this will give an appearance of a smaller forehead and give more color to your actual face. It'll just make you look a little more tan. Like, who doesn't want to be tan? And if I was using the Shade and Light palette, I would have bronzed up my face with this middle shade. When you're using just one shade to contour and bronze, you really need to be careful to not put too much bronzer on, and just like do a light, like one light little dip and do your cheeks and just give you that color, and then go in with a more precise brush like so and really dip in and carve out those cheeks, so you don't start to look really ashy and powdery on the face. Absolutely don't need to contour and bronze. If you want just a sculpted look, you would take your contour shade, hit right where I told you, from the top of the ear to the corner of the eye, hit right there, blend it, and then you'd hit right here on your forehead, right here on your forehead, and bring it right here. Make sure everything's blended. And if you're just bronzing, you can do exactly what I just did with a big fluffy brush. Just put color all over your face. Really just bring color to your face. That's what bronzing is. Contouring is sculpting the face. I probably said that 20 million times, but I just want y'all to know the difference. There is a difference. You don't have to do both by any means. Normally, I just bronze up my face and run out the door. Or if I'm going to a night, like on a night out, I bronze my face and I contour my face. I don't really contour by itself, but that's only like, that's personal That's personal preference. So I really like to look bronze. I mean, I'm Indian. I'm normally tan, but I don't go outside anymore, so I'm a hermit crab. Okay, so I'm going in with this Eco Tools angled brush. It's not that it's still fluffy, but it's not that as fluffy as my bronzer brush that I have, and it's angled. So I'm going to dip into that shade, and then I'm going to use the side right here and just tuck that right underneath that bronzer and right in my cheekbone. See my upper ears right here? Just really going to put that in there and start blending up. Never blend down. Start just blending up and make sure everything is blended. See, it looks more defined rather than just bronziness. Again, brush like this and top of the ear, and just tuck that into your cheekbone. And you see how I'm going like this and then bringing it up like this? Just making sure everything is blended and I don't have a really harsh line. And for the forehead, I normally just, since I bronze up the face and I already have bronzer right here, I just hit right on the sides. It really just brings the forehead in. So you can take your bronzer brush with no additional product and just really make sure everything is blended together. See, everything is more sculpted out and more defined. So if you went a little heavy-handed or it's starting to look a little ashy, you can just go in with your beauty blender you use for your foundation and tap over it a little bit. Just make sure everything is blended. You can go in with your powder brush and just really dust over it. But I'm pretty happy with how that came out. And if I would have been using the Shade and Light palette, since I'm a little tanned right now, I would have used just a dab of this shade, which is Sombre. Legit just a tap. Like, I would have tapped my brush in like this and tapped it off and just hit it to really deepen and darken that cheekbone. When I'm a little bit lighter, I use the shade, which is Subconscious, and this middle shade is Shadow Play. So if I kind of bring my bronzer down a little bit, like a little bit too far, or I'm not happy with the line, you could go in with a brush like this, just a flat angled brush, and really take like a lighter shade of your powder, translucent powder, and just carve that out. Or you can take the sponge, this is a sponge I bake with, put translucent powder on the sponge and just carve that out. After you do this, you could wipe it off immediately. Same thing with your lighter powder. You can take this brush and put it there and then just hurry up and blend it in, and it'll do the same thing. But if you really want that to be like sharp, and then you would just leave it there. I really don't like it being that sharp, so I'm just going to push it away. See, and now it's like ready to cut. And if, let's say, you bake and you're like, dang, that's sharp, you can just go in with your bronzer brush and just soften up that line. Normally that's what I do. So for blush, I don't even know where my blush is at. For blush, I'm going to be going in with the Maybelline Fit Me blush in Deep Rose, and I use a just rounded stippling brush for my blush. If for blush you don't want to put blush right here, or you don't want to bring it into your nose, because then you'll start to look very clowny and it wouldn't look right. So I start right here, kind of where my bronzer ends, and I just do circular motions. And if you want, you can smile and do right here the apples of your cheeks. You don't want to bring it too up and, like I said, too far towards your nose. So you just, and I bring it back. Like I put some on my cheeks right here and I bring it back, and that'll just give you more of a look. Like instead of just having your blush right here, you really just make your face look like it's been pulled back. Just kind of blend that blush and contour together. I mean, you don't want to go completely over the contour. So for highlighting, I'm going in with my little unicorn fan brush. This fan brush is a little more flimsy and fluffy, so I won't get that much color payoff, and that's what I'm going for. And I'm going in with the Wet n Wild Petal Pusher eyeshadow palette. I'm going in with this shade right here. I have this in my inner corner and my brow bone. Tap off the excess and just hit the high points of my cheek just a tad, just so you can have that light wash of color. I didn't want to put too much of this color because I didn't know how light it would show up on my skin tone. And for highlighter, you really don't want to bring it down in this region right here. I mean, you can do whatever you want, and if it looks good on you, like girl, rock it. I wish it looked good on me, but you really just want to keep it right here. And sometimes I wrap it around just so where it really catches the light and look very luminous and dewy. But the reason why you don't really want to put it right here is normally that's where your big pores are, and highlight likes to emphasize those pores and texture and imperfections. I have a lot of texture on my skin, sadly, so I mean, I don't care. To set all this, I'm going to be using the Milani Make It Last setting spray. I find setting spray very crucial in makeup because not only does it make your makeup stay longer, but if you start to look powdery and you feel like there's too much powder on your face, starting to look cakey, you can just spray some setting spray and it'll all just kind of melt into your skin. Alright you guys, that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Please don't forget to leave a thumbs up and subscribe if you have not already, and I'll see you next time.